Yes. It'll be great when we actually can come down with our Cyclops, because then we've got our mobile base with us. We can try to sneak past the Leviathan over there, the Ghost Leviathan. See, here again, we've got Reaper Leviathan bones. Right down here. There you can actually see the head, the skull as well, with the crest of the Reaper Leviathan. I'm not sure whether this one over here was eaten by a sea dragon. I think it may actually just have been killed by the Ghost Leviathan rather than actually eaten by the sea dragon Leviathan. But you never know. Okay, we need to get the Mark 1 Cyclops depth module. Hello there, hypnotic little fishy. Now what? While we are here, why not go and swim with it? What can go wrong? Fishy! There's a thingamajig, a bone shark. Okay. Where did our little mesmer? There's the mesmer again. I don't like the bone sharks being here. I would have swum with the mesmers if the bone sharks weren't here. Now, a part of me is telling me to just go drive over the bone sharks, but that's not a very nice ecological thing to do. You don't go and drive over the top predator just because you want to go into an area without any stress, or, you know, look at a mesmer without any stress. So let's not do that. See, here we are entering. Well, actually, if we go down here, I know our little sea moth here is at like 35% battery life, but I don't care. I'm going to talk about something. So up here, we are in the open ocean, relatively close to the surface. Enough sunlight actually reaching it, up to about 300 meters. At 300 meters on Earth, we start going down into what we call the Twilight zone, which is where light starts fading out, photosynthesis isn't effective at this depth anymore, and you start basically getting dark. It starts getting darker and darker and darker and darker. And at about 600 meters, it is really, really dark. So there we were, down there, at that depth, there's almost no light reaching it. Almost no light. You can go even deeper still. I think the deepest point on Earth is about 11 kilometers down, which is a massive... That's a very long distance. That's like almost 1.5 Mount Everests deep, which is extraordinary. That's the Challenger Deep in the Marianas Trench, if I'm not mistaken, or Mariana Trench. Yeah, I wonder, the Dragon Leviathan, in terms of the question there, we would have thought that the Dragon Leviathan would only be eating the Ghost Leviathan. I wonder whether because the only ones of the Ghost Leviathans that are down there are the juveniles, and then they tend to move out. That's the nursery ground for the juveniles that we were seeing there. As they get larger, they actually move out of that area before they get too large to go out. And then they are in the open ocean. I mean, in the void. The void, that's what it's called. The big open ocean area in this game. So they tend to move to the open ocean where there's a lot of filter, or a lot of plankton to filter out. And only the juveniles are down there. They're not the big food source. Additionally, I think the sea dragon is more in the warm environment, in the inactive and active lava zones, whereas the Ghost Leviathan is more in the relatively cool, but still in some cases quite hot, the Lost River and the... What's that other area called? I can't remember the other name, or the name of that other biome where they actually have the egg. Beautiful place. We definitely need to build an outpost there as well. But yeah, they'll more be there rather than in the inactive and active lava zone. So they're technically living in different areas altogether. And I have now actually not gone to the Cyclops. That's alright. We will find the Cyclops at some point. There's the dead zone. That's the void. That's the area where there's nothing. In the game at least, nothing. It's just... You're just waiting to die if you go out there. And in theory, we could go and have a look at that. Maybe not today. I still want to stay relatively alive for a little bit at least. Let's just get this to go down a little bit. Let's just park it over here. It should be, yeah, it's full battery. Whereas our Cyclops over here is definitely not full battery. 29%. Geesh, we were really cutting it close here. We will need to get some extra power cells and actually take those along. What's our storage like? What have we got in here? Copper, quartz, and stuff like that. Okay. Let's go and put things away and actually go plant some things. We need another planter, don't we? Yes, we do. Let's have a look here. Exterior modules. Let's have our deeper sea things a little bit here. Titanium. Yes. Actually, I think we've got titanium in our sea moth storage. Let's grab that. Yeah, we do. Okay. Grab 2 of those, grab 2 of those, and jump down again. Let's wrap this up. Let's keep on moving. I'm going to first just plant all the blood kelp here, and then we'll get some blood oil later for the benzene. I think we need that for. Benzene? Yeah, I think it's for benzene that we need that. Going to get that later. Let's grab almost everything here. We'll keep the water bottle there for when we need that later. Oh, why did I jump down? My little guy is so confused in this life. Let's go. Yes, so the reason the Ghost Leviathan attacks us is because, especially if we actually go in as a Cyclops or as in the sea moth, they see us as a potential threat for their food supply. That's why they are attacking us. They don't like a competition for their food supply, especially not down there in the deeper water where food is relatively abundant. Not that abundant. There is some food, but that brings up an interesting point. A lot of species, and there have been some research done and some studies done on things like the rufous hummingbird, where if the degree to which a species will defend a territory oftentimes will depend on how much of the resource that they are defending is actually in the area. And if there is very little, if there really is a shortage of a specific resource, then they tend to not protect against intruders, because they are going to spend so much energy actually protecting their food or whatever they are protecting, or what they have the territory for. They spend so much energy on protecting that they just use up more energy than they're going to get from that. So it's not worth their time to actually, or energy to go and do that. If there is a superabundance of food or whatever resource they are defending, they also don't defend it because there really is an ample amount. They don't have to spend energy trying to protect the resource that they are trying to protect. But if there is a moderate amount of food, for example, so there is enough for it to warrant them actually protecting it against intruders, and there's not so much that everybody has access or can eat it or can use it, then they tend to defend a territory. And basically what I'm getting at is that is most likely what is happening with the Ghost Leviathans. What's happening there is that they have a resource. There is food for them, and there's enough food for them to survive there. But it's not a superabundance. And so it's very useful, or it's valuable for them. And as a result, they need to protect it against whatever may go for it. In that case, they perceive us as a potential threat. Why did I put that in there? I didn't want to put that in there. I wanted to put the stalker teeth in here. They want to protect the plankton and what they are feeding on against us as potential competition for their resources that they're trying to defend. Really, really roundabout way of trying to explain it, because I'm also focusing on putting things in the right places over here. In tools, I'm going to also put batteries. There we go, 2 power cells. That's going to be useful. I'm going to put all the flat batteries in here as well. Yeah, that's going to be good. That's perfectly fine. Okay, and I think once more, grab some four of these. Grab a bunch of lantern fruit. And eat those. So anyway, I hope that kind of answers the question of why on earth they are trying to attack us. Because we as small individuals, they will still attack us, not as food. Not as food because again, they may be seeing us as a threat. Something that may try to eat their resources. And they can't have that. They need to defend it against anyone that may try to eat their food. Anyway, roundabout way of explaining that. I find it fascinating though that they can weigh up how valuable is it going to be to defend it versus, yeah, may as well not do anything with that. Let's see, we need nickel ore. So for that, we will need to swim around in the deeper water, or look for it at least, and hopefully find it. Plastil ingot we can make quite easily. Ruby, yes, that's fine. Module, we don't need that. Oh, the Cyclops depth module. Let's have a look here. Cyclops depth module is triple tablet, diamond, and iron cube. Okay. Cyclops. Oh, it should be down somewhere. La 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 la. Still looking, and I glance over it so easily. There we go. Mark 1. Plasteel ingot. Oh, and 3 rubies. Okay, that should be quite easy. Let's scan for metal salvage again while we are here. We'll need some titanium. Yeah, I do have propulsion cannon. It's got somewhere. I used it in, what is it, the second episode, start of the second episode, when we went to the Aurora to actually go and fix things there. Yeah, let's just say that this bad boy, no, not this bad boy, it's in the tools one. This bad boy, yeah, it was used quite a lot to try and fling every single cave crawler into the lower stratosphere of the planet. It was a lot of fun to use it for those purposes. Previously, I used to whack them quite a lot with the knife to kill them, but nowadays I try to keep them alive unless they attack me. If they bite me first, then yeah, then I have no pity for them. Until that point, I just kind of launch them, catch and release. That is the strategy I'm going for with them. Okay, come on. Here we go. How many have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need at least one more. Oh, we're gonna just grab it over here. I think we can probably have 2. Oh, that one's down there somewhere. Let's just grab the one here and go home again. Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, in terms of herbivores, like filter feeders or like the Ghost Leviathan, a lot of them can be quite aggressive, especially towards humans. If you look at, for example, hippos and elephants, rhinos, if they feel threatened in any way, they also, of course, will attack humans, and very often with fatal results. I thankfully haven't been charged by a rhino, haven't been charged by a hippo. I've had mock charges by elephants, quite a few, but while I'm in a vehicle. The cutest thing ever, though, was when I was mock charged by a baby. And when I say a baby, this thing was like a month or 2 old. It had barely started using its little trunk. It was still swinging it around, not really using it to grip vegetation yet. And we were watching it. This was a few years ago, 2008, I believe that was, December 2008. Watching them, the mother and the whole herd, and then there's this little baby that is there. And the baby looked at us in the bucky, the little pickup truck, and he was like, you could see the gears turning, going, is that someone I can play with? And he kind of gave a mock charge, like, and flapped its ears and charged towards us. I mean, this thing is like less than a meter tall. It's a small little thing. And it charged at us, and then stopped, looked at us, and then charged again. And when we just sat there, it just decided, well, you guys are no fun. And it went to go find another little elephant, another little baby that was slightly larger than it. And it went and terrorized that little guy. But this tiny little thing, when it charged, obviously I didn't feel threatened at all. But if its mother was charging at me, yeah, that would have been a completely different episode. We would have very quickly just driven away at top speed. But yeah, herbivores can, of course, be very, very dangerous. I mean, if you look at North America with moose, for example, yeah, moose can be, I believe, quite dangerous as well. Rubies. Technically need rubies. The question is, do we take the rubies from here? We also need to make more power cells. Let's do that with all the semi-flat batteries we have. Let's do that. Anyway, make some silicon rubber. I know I have got a few silicon rubber in the one thing there, but yeah, may as well make some more. Yeah, the rhinos basically have a... Well, we'll get to the rhinos now, but yeah, with the cave crawlers, it was self-defense, catch and release. It's like grabbing hold of a lion that's charging at you and then grabbing it and letting it go into a different direction. You know, that type of catch and release. What I need now are batteries. All the flat batteries. Need to exchange the flat batteries. And the useful ones. Oh, I've got 3 of these. Okay. Let's take our charger. Put in a full one. Take our builder. Put in a full battery. And quickly just put all the fully charged ones in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5. We need one more battery. May as well take that one there. Get some more power cells going here. Because we are going to need those, especially with the Cyclops. So we don't run out of steam with that, at least. But yeah, as for the rhinos, yeah, they have got an eyesight really, really poor. They can see quite well up to about 30 meters. And after that, everything is just kind of fuzzy. So they really don't have very good eyesight. So less than 100, well, about 100 feet they can see. And after that, yeah, they've got very good eyesight. Ooh, Cyclops engine and efficiency module. Yeah, I'm going to put that in. But they've got very good hearing and very good smell. They've got very poor eyesight. Sorry, I think I said they have very good eyesight. Very poor eyesight, very good hearing, very good sense of smell. And they will smell you and then go, what are you doing here? And charge at you because, yeah, they can't see exactly what you are. Although they can probably smell what you are. Let's see. What do we need? We need rubies. I don't know why I keep on coming back to the Seamoth when we're not ready to go back into the Seamoth. I need rubies. And by that time I'll need to eat again. Shinies. Shiny, shiny, shinies. 3 rubies. Okay. Tools, magnetite, shrooms, quartz, never used. Thing is, let's put in... There's a purple tablet. If we go there again, at least we'll be able to use the purple tablet. Let's see, do we need anything else here? We can make one more of the power cells. We can still make one more. Let's take 5. Change the battery. Put our full battery in there so we don't we already used... man. Oh well. Let's make one more power cell, because why not? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I've got the rubies. I've got 2 plasteel ingots. I've got 3 silicon rubber, just in case we need to make some more things. Some more power cells. I may need to also take a few of these acid mushrooms down. Let's take 8, I think. Then we'll be able to at least make 4 batteries on the fly, if we need to. If we find copper, we can at least do that then. Okay. Right. I think we're basically ready. I need to put the beacon for the Sea Memphis on, and let's make it yellow. Ah, there it is. Okay. Finally, we are off. Oh, well, almost off. This thing needs to be made in the Cyclops. That's great. Can't have that. Don't need that. We can't make that yet. Let's see here. With the sea moth, can we make the solar panel thingy? Where is that? The sea moth. No, that's the modification station. Sea moth solar charger, enameled glass, and an advanced wiring kit. Well, technically we can make that. But we're just going to be swimming around with our extra power cells that we can switch over quickly if need be. Yeah, I think let's do that. Oh, yeah. I've heard that the moose are quite dangerous. I think they're like the North American version of, like, rhinos. Or hippos, actually. I think they'd be more analogous to hippos. Especially since they can also swim quite well. And there are many records of moose being around in the water. And, like, you don't expect them to be in the water. But, yeah, they are there. Don't they also weigh like 900 kilograms or something along those lines? They're massive in size. It's not quite a hippo's weight. They can be up to almost 2,000 kilograms. 1,400, 2,000 kilograms. So they can be quite heavy. Let's have a look here. Okay. We can now at least go down a little bit deeper with our Cyclops. Yes. Let's quickly park our sea moth in here. There we go. And we need to make the Mark 1. There we go. Ah, wonderful. We have the recipe for the Mark 2. Oh, that's the one with the nickel ore. Okay. And sea moth, I think we've already got Mark 3 installed. Access upgrades. Mark 3, okay, yeah. So the sea moth can go as deep as it possibly can. And now, at least we'll be able to install the efficiency module. And Mark 1. So now we can also go down the same depth that we can go down with the sea moth. So now we're going to be hopefully heading down a little bit.
Engine powering up.
Let's have a look here. Yeah, one should never underestimate how dangerous an angry mother can be of any creature. If any of you have ever had a run-in with an angry human mother, then you will know exactly, don't mess with angry mothers. And of course, animals can be quite unpredictable when they have young. Especially elephants are notoriously unpredictable when they have got young. It's just something to keep an eye out for. Do I have my lights on? Yeah, I do. Okay. Just need to have a look. There's the crab squid again. We're just going to go sailing past. And we are going to, at this point, I think, park our Cyclops up here again as our mobile base. And head down, explore a bit more with the sea moth. Because we can actually... What am I hitting? I hit something. Probably a shoal fish. We can use our sonar to properly see. That's what I was trying to say. Boing! Always love doing that. Okay, let's just go up to the surface a bit more. Switch off. Lights off. Just because. And yeah, let's grab something to eat here. And then We should almost be ready. Let's also, while we are here, open the storage and put in some things that we may need. Yes, those things. We don't need these things, so yeah, don't ask me why, but we have them. We're just gonna dump them. We got any flat batteries? Oh, which were these things? That's alright. Don't think we're gonna need more than 3. Let's put organic in here. All kind of organic matter, things like the mushrooms will be kept there. Aerogel, it contains organic matter, so we'll put that in there. Hydrochloric acid we'll also put in there. Technically the silicone rubber is also organic matter, and we'll put in inorganic over here, which will just contain that. And now we'll hopefully be able to go explore. Yes, by going back in and then back out. Okay, what we still need, still need quite a few wrecks. That is what we do still need. So we're gonna just swim around, dive around, looking for wrecks. Let's head north first. I think this is where we were earlier, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just going to scan this area for wrecks. I should actually have brought a... I'm not going back now, but I should actually have brought ingredients to make a thermal plant as well, so that we can really make a little substation over here, a little outpost. It really is dark when you switch off the heads-up display. This sonar is just so useful. Where are we? Why are we heading down into a deep trench?
Entering ecological depths.
Oh, no. I do not want to be here. I do not want to be here. Yeah. This is the point where the Leviathans attack. Okay, so we've reached the northern borders of the map. Let's stay out of that area. Let's not go into the depths. It really is dark here. We can't see anything. If it weren't for the sonar, we really would only be seeing that. And that bioluminescence there, again, typical of... Oh, there's one infected. Typical of deep sea creatures that you really get to see quite a lot of bioluminescence in. And there's another juvenile Ghost Leviathan. I'm just going to stay clear of them. Oh, that's an adult, I think. That is an adult. Yeah, that's a big one. Ooh, that's a big boy. Yeah, let's just stay out of its way. These things give me heart palpitations. Let's head in this direction, shall we? Away from the vicious herbivores. Yeah, chickens. I mean, you wouldn't expect chickens to be vicious, but yeah, they can be extremely vicious. And definitely able to hold their own against much larger creatures. I hear a warper. I don't want to really get out now. I was going to potentially grab the uranium there, because it's always a good idea to go and grab some glowing stuff, some radioactive stuff. Let's go down into this trench. This, I think, is again one of the entrances into the Lost River, if I'm not mistaken. Interesting, okay. Is it? Or is it a... Yeah, it's... yeah. For a moment I thought, oh no, please don't let it be the void again. Okay, this direction. This is where we were earlier. Okay, I'm gonna try to get some nickel while we are down here. Something tells me that's going to be useful to at least come down here with our thingamajig, our prawn suit, and grab some more stuff. say that... Oh, hello there. Why? Why do you have to be here? Okay. Let's have a look. Let's stick as close as we can to the outside wall here. Yes. I take my chances with the bonefish rather than with wherever on earth he is. That guy at the back there. Yeah, let's just stick to the side. Now that we actually have the purple tablet, we can properly go into that structure. Because we'll now have access. I think we're being chased by the... It's either bonefish or spinefish. I can never remember which one it is that we have down here. Now these amoeboid creatures down here, really a winning body plan for deep down here, especially if you have a nice food source like they have here with fossilized organic matter, that they can get all the nutrients they possibly need to survive and all the energy. They probably get all the energy from any compounds that aren't fossilized, and they can just break that apart and then get energy released in that way. But down here, where the pressure is so immense, I mean, where are we? How deep are we? We are 800 meters. Goodness me. Yeah, at this point, you've got a few hundred to a few thousand elephants pressing down on you if you were to actually free dive here. So our little guy cannot actually dive freely in here. It shouldn't actually be possible. In theory, at least, it shouldn't be possible. But then again, we are on an alien planet. So who are we to say what we can and cannot do? Some things you just have to accept with a pinch of salt. A little bit there. But yeah, so technically at this point, there really is so much pressure that a lot of creatures, like these amoeboids, basically are just blobs. And in many cases, they have their structure being maintained by the pressure. Think, for example, of the blobfish. And I'm sure if you haven't seen a photo of the blobfish, yeah, go Google that one. It's such a weird little creature, weird little fish. But that thing looks a little bit different when it is actually at the depth that it occurs, because it is a deep sea creature. While we are here, let's, from our storage, I hope I put it in the storage here. Yes, I did. Okay, grab the purple tablet. Because it's a deep sea creature, the pressure will technically, well, usually at least, be maintaining its body shape. Where did we go? We needed a tablet. Oh, here we go. We needed the tablet here. Oh, let's do that. Oh my word, Rapture with the rooster chasing you. I remember a friend of mine years ago when he was a kid. He also had they actually had a pet rooster, and that rooster had the habit of attacking people. And one day his dad was working in the garden without a t-shirt or without a shirt, and this rooster decided, you know what's going to be fun? I'm going to scratch up your back. And let's just say they had chicken for dinner that evening. So, yeah. We're going to read this when we actually have oxygen by chilling in our sea moth over here. Right, let's have a look here. What does it say? So the specimen research data. Okay, information on the organisms previously contained within the alien facility. So this is obviously an alien facility. Number of entries have been translated. Okay, so small herbivore gamma. Seems to reference the common peeper. Okay. Shows no immunity to infection. Death commonly occurs within 4 days. Shows symptoms remission on exposure to enzyme 42, but symptoms quickly recur. We're going to learn more about enzyme 42 as we go along. Shows advanced learning behaviors. Interesting, the old peeper. Shows some capacity to transmit enzymes to other specimens. This is very, very interesting and very important lore information there. We also have Leviathan embryos over here. Adult specimen too large to study in containment. Egg specimens acquired from nesting site. Embryos show no signs of immunity. Death commonly occurs within 3 weeks. Small sample of eggs has been retained for continued high priority research on Leviathan hatching mechanisms. I think these Leviathan embryos, no sign of immunity, which means that it's probably the sea dragon Leviathan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, because there's an unidentified Leviathan sea emperor Bone samples from this emperor specimen indicate some potential for Kara immunity. So Kara being the bacteria that we are infected with, we'll get to that in a bit. At some point we're going to have to scan ourselves. Single specimen captured for study at purpose-built containment facility constructed in volcanic region at depth 1.4 kilometers. Now we can only go down 900 meters at the moment. We definitely cannot go there yet. But we'll hopefully be able to do that, maybe not tonight, but maybe next week we'll be able to go down there. There's also large carnivore theta off-site laboratory established to study remains, shows some potential for immunity to infection, but physical remains so far proved insufficient for full reconstruction. So large carnivore theta, not sure which one this one is. I thought this was the sea dragon. I think this is a sea dragon. I think this is the one of the leviathans, the massive leviathan in the Lost River, if I'm not mistaken. Assessment: while it is unlikely that the Emperor specimen is still contained within the facility described, it may be possible to acquire further data there on the aliens' attempts to develop a vaccine. Okay, so we are going to have to look for that Sea Emperor Leviathan, which is good. I like going to go look for the Sea Emperor Leviathan. There's nothing else in here? No, indeed not. Okay, but I did see what I missed completely earlier. Yeah. Hello, are you the spinefish, if I'm not mistaken? What are you? Yeah, spinefish. Okay, so this is a spinefish. I think the big fish are the river crawlers. I think that's what they're called, because they're in the Lost River and they're crawling around all over the place there. Okay, lots of things to scan here. Let's start here on the left-hand side, shall we? What have we got to scan here? Nothing. Ribcage. Come on. Show me the ribcage. Containing ribcage, harvested from indigenous life forms. Match organisms encountered on the planet so far. Most cannot be matched with confidence, suggesting that there are species out there not yet accounted for, or that they had gone extinct in the meantime. Interesting. Yeah, very difficult to really say what these belong to. This thing had quite an enclosed ribcage. It seems that this was probably some slender type of species. I wonder whether they had... There's no sternum indicated there. Maybe some attachment sites further down. Or this is just a ribcage, and then the tail area would be over there. You would expect the hips in that general area over there. Forelimbs and head, if it had any, on this side over there. Okay. Must just keep an eye on my oxygen levels. Come on. Can we not scan the egg? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, egg. Come on. Scan the egg. Sea dragon egg. It's quite a small egg for such a massive creature. Egg is hermetically sealed environment and has been chemically sterilized with other means at the facility to house a fully grown sea dragon specimen. It is possible the aliens sought to study instead the egg laying and incubation behavior. Okay, let's just quickly go grab some oxygen. Yes, Dunny. Let's go grab it. There.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
No problems. Let's just park our sea moth closer so that we don't have to swim that bit and actually potentially get lost. Okay. Right, so sea dragons, we are going to encounter them at some point as well. Ray specimens. So we've seen the rabbit ray in the safe shallows, and we've seen... what have we got? Ghost rays, jelly rays, and crimson rays. Oh, crimson rays and rabbit rays. So which have we got here? Oh, that's the crimson ray. We're going to see that one. Come on. Shine the light. Okay, yeah, for some reason the light isn't shining properly. There we go. We're going to see the crimson ray in the active lava zone. The rabbit ray we have seen previously. This is ghost ray or jelly ray. I think this is the ghost ray. The jelly ray is the one that we have by the mushrooms. It's not in here, but that's in the ghost ray, I believe. What else have we got? Let's see here. Damage report. Okay, we're going to read this in a moment. Just grabbing another ion cube. We're going to be reading that in the safety of the sea moth, where there's oxygen. And then we're going to come through again. So we're getting a little bit of lore in today's episode, it seems. Okay. Leviathan detected at facility perimeter, closing at high speed. Exterior anchor cable impacted with massive force. So this is where that sea dragon that we encountered in the entrance, where this thing damaged itself by trying to ram against this massive building. And in the process, then it managed to probably have some hemorrhaging in the brain cavity, some cranial hemorrhaging, and as a result, then it passed away, sadly, out there. So the exterior anchor cable, anchor cable buckling facility is sinking. Collision with seafloor. Okay. Breach is detected in containment unit 7. The Leviathan egg area. Immediate specimen destruction protocol initiated. So probably because they had brought the eggs in from elsewhere, they didn't want the eggs actually. They didn't want the creatures escaping and causing havoc in a different environment. One specimen unaccounted for. Okay. Evacuating staff to off-site sanctuaries. Planetary quarantine protocol initiated. Infected individuals may not leave the planet. And that's why we were shot down in the Aurora in the first place. So I'm going to keep the water on me because it seems... I could probably put that in there. It seems we are going to be needing that water in a moment. In a little bit. Okay, let's just grab some more oxygen. Okay, I should probably come down here with the thingamajig. Okay, we can't go through here, but we can, I believe, go through here. I should probably come down with the Cyclops. Because, you know, we can come down here. Skeletal remains. One massive fish. Let's see. A vast predator housed within artificial habitat. There we go. Kept in life in containment for research purposes for months or even years. Organic matter indicates the habitat once supported extensive plant life, although it has since decayed. This was a very small little area for such a massive fish. They obviously didn't have the fish's or this creature's well-being in mind. Quite big hand-like flippers that they've got here as well, which is different from, I think, the skeleton structure of fish on Earth. It scanned something, I'm pretty sure, a moment ago. We're not sure what it was. And most likely it seems it had two pairs of eyes. Big eyes and some small eyes as well. Big eyes probably being the main way of detecting food. And the small ones, most likely, I would guess, to detect slight changes in light. Possibly to do with the circadian rhythm of the creatures. So to know when it's nighttime or daytime. Let's have a look here. Screaming as I was banging on the door. what an occasion there, Raptor. Eating the rooster. Well, that sounds like something I would also do. That was catch and release, you know. Neighbor's backyard was still subbing trauma. It is split it in multiple comments. Oh yes, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that the chat limits it to 200 characters. Oh, was the fourth raid to the right hand side? Oh, here's some more. I can see these three. Is there another one here? Well, probably. I don't think I ever saw these ones here. This little fishy display over here. Those leeches we are going to encounter later. Hoopfish and then spadefish. They look slightly different from the ones that we've seen higher up. Might just be me. Let's have a look. We're going to be scanning the warpers now. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look here. Download this.
Biological evidence suggests indigenous life forms were brought to this location and subjected to intensive study. Data pertaining to the bacterium is being downloaded. Caution. Detecting atypical fluctuations in blood plasma proteins. A self-scan is strongly advised.
Now we will do a self-scan when we are in a safer environment. Let's have a look. I think that was it. That was the warper. That was, of course, those are the things that we are encountering. And they are organic, well, creatures, living creatures fused with biotics, I guess is the word. Electronics, basically. So they're a hybrid, organic, inorganic, well, organism to some extent. Let's have a look. Yes, let's firstly destroy our sea moth here. Oh, not too bad. Where's the exit? Come on, show me the exit. Up here? No, that's the roof. Probably through there. I think. Yes. Okay. I think that was it for now. Now we are going to need to drink water as well soon. And again, I'm wondering whether we shouldn't come down here with our mobile base. Ah! No, 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 no. Leave me alone. No, 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 no. I'm gonna come back and run you over. I do not like it when the warpers do that. As I'm sure was evidenced by my screams of distress there. Let's have a look here. I don't think there's anything here. I think we went in and out there earlier. Where we need to go, it's more to this side, I think. No? Yes? Maybe, I don't know. I get lost in this section so easily. Which is why it's necessary for me to have something like water with me whenever I am actually going around here. I still technically need to grab nickel. I need to have a look and see if I can actually see nickel that is outside the water, outside the brine. And whether I need to jump in to go and grab that, because I'm not keen on that. There must be nickel somewhere along the outsides here. Let's just have a look here. For the Mark II of the prawn suit, what do we need? Oh, that's the one that we need kyanite for. Okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. Prawn suit Mark I, 3 nickel ore, 2 rubies, and 1 plasteel ingot. You see, it's just the 3 nickel ore that we need, and then we can properly come down here and explore a bit. Let's just have a look. Ah, leave me alone. Let's have a look. We must just keep an eye on our depth meter there, because we are very close to crush depth. I think there's the Ghost Leviathan again. Yep, indeed. Not a good spot to go and look for stuff. Let's see if we can find it a little bit higher up there where the waterfalls of where the brine falls are. Oh dear, it's right there. We may need to do evasive maneuvers. Oh, it hasn't spotted us. Okay. To come through here with the Cyclops is probably going to be a little bit nerve-wracking, but we're going to try it in a moment. We first need to still find some nickel. Come on, nickel. Nothing yet. Let's have a look here. I don't think this damages the sea moth. No. You can see here the weird plumes as we enter the brine. This is then of course the mixing of the normal seawater and the hypersaline seawater that we've got here. I don't see any nickel down there. Now, in some cases, it's actually quite amazing to see in nature. If we look at this, for example, it looks like this is water and this is air, simply because there is that division between the very heavy hypersaline water and the less dense non-hypersaline water, or just normal saline water. I think we need to go in. No, that's the Leviathan side. We need to go to the side.